Waalaikumsalam.
Good, mo- good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To the Honorable, the Educator, Chairperson, and Timekeeper, and the government's team whom I respect. My name is Wanda Resnate Setiawan. I'm as the second speaker from the opposite team. Would like to remind the motion for today is this House would heavily invest on startup company. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the motion for today is this House would heavily invest on startup company. Ladies and gentlemen, first thing first, I would like to rebut the second speaker from the government's team's argument. The first one is their limitation was private company, but they keep on giving an example on foreign country a few times. And the second one is they said that it was lost in there was so many lost in money from directly from the government, but it's actually the investor don't actually lost the money, they actually get more profit from the government. And the profit don't come from only from government, it actually comes from the public too. So, and the third one is there was no income coming in from the investment, but actually the lots of income came from investment from the profit of the company that you have been invested in. So ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our argument. So the first one is there's no many trusted company. Why should we give the investment to the new company when they have no evidence giving it to us? They are not even trusted and they don't have any evidence. They don't have any evidence such as letter, permission letter, or any valid permission. So we should find out more about the company that we are about to invest in than waste our money or time on them. So why are we wasting our energy? Why are we wasting our energy or heavily investment on a startup company when we're not sure that the company will turn out fine or giving us any profit or benefit? So ladies and gentlemen, it's going to make more loss and it's not the benefit of the company, it's actually good. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, that don't waste your time and spending so much money or your asset or your money or your asset and not an untrusted company. So don't even have a good aim or profit or benefit. So you should just invest your own money or asset on the company that is going to give you some evidence and that is going to give you some profit. So ladies and gentlemen, instead of we're investing the money on an untrusted company, so we should invest it on a trusted company or such as an old company that was already given us the profit or the present for the future. And the profit was guaranteed or the profit's guaranteed. That's like getting back our money. So when we invest something to the company, so we should just get something in return and getting back to the government's building for a better future or your family or your friends. So ladies and gentlemen, have you ever heard of the Meikarta building? So I'm pretty sure everyone have heard the Meikarta building. So many people in Indonesia have invested on Meikarta and they didn't get anything in return. They didn't get the building, they didn't get the apartment they were supposed to get. They didn't get anything in return. There was nothing but fraud in the Meikarta's building. That was just an example. Instead of how much money, like they spend so much money, like million of rupiah, but they didn't get anything in return. So they got fraud. So ladies and gentlemen, that was an example of untrusted building. You can lose a lot of your money or your asset or even bankrupt. Because of the untrusted evidence, such as the contract or the evidence, a few percent of Indonesia actually invested on that building. And that was just not Meikarta. There's so many building or company that Indonesia have spent so much money or asset to, but they didn't get anything back in return, or they didn't get any benefit or profit because it was an untrusted company and it was just all fraud. So ladies and gentlemen, don't just trust right away the company that you are going to invest to without actually seeing the evidence, the contract, the permission contract. And that was just like an untrusted building. So ladies and gentlemen, this is why we invested needs so much. We have to make sure that was the valid data first because we need to avoid the fraud. So in this 21st century, this generation, there are so many fraud, fake evidence, fake contract, and we're just actually increasing how many frauds are in Indonesia. We're not actually decreasing, we're actually increasing. So another example would be the untrusted company in Indonesia, such as Meikarta, as I've said before and explained before. So ladies and gentlemen, there are so many great companies. So don't waste your money or your fund or your asset on those companies that has no evidence. So this is why we have to invest our money or asset. Don't just mind it in the new company without getting a contract first. So we need to support the trusted company, and we need to trust it because we don't want to trust the company that develop more. So we can actually support the company that is gonna bring us more profit, that is gonna develop in this country. So it actually helps this country become a developing country. So we have to invest like such money, such as in a company called like the ABC sauce or the Indomie, and that product or that company has already invested in another country too, even Australia. There are so many products from Indonesia, from a private company or from a small company that was invested, and there's actually like developing in another country, developing in Australia, in America, in Asia, or around Europe. It's actually developing in everywhere around the world. So it's not just in Indonesia. This is why we have to pay attention when we're actually about to invest lots of money on a company. So ladies and gentlemen, the money that we are actually investing is like we have to like give them some trust first, because if we don't trust the company, then how will we get any profit back in return, or how will we get any benefit or any evidence left? So once again, we have to pay attention before we actually give a contract to our company, or before we actually give the money or our asset. We have to actually pay attention. Is the company trusted? Can we see a contract? Can we see an evidence? Can we see so many guarantee in it? So we can't just waste our time investing on a company that is not going to give anything back in return. We have to invest some money on a company that is actually going to help us build this country, this beloved country, to become a developing country. We can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again, making the same mistake over and over again, when we actually have to actually help our country. And an example that I said before, the ABC sauce and the Indomie, was actually a good example, because it's actually helping Indonesia to become seen and known from the people around the world. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm as the second speaker from the opposite team really disagree with this motion, and this motion should be falling down.